Hello from Tennessee. I'm going to do part 2 on where I answer your questions. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. So I'm going to continue to answer the questions that were asked. First up, there was a couple comments on the paint color in the room that I was in and how it matched my shirt, and somebody commented on how they liked it. Funny story with where I filmed that. I have a pool bath that's separate from the rest of the house, and as I struggle to find quiet spots, as you all can probably tell right now, I can hear birds chirping in the background, dogs barking across the way, and somebody's mowing their yard. So it's always challenging to find a quiet spot. And so I tried the pool bathroom, and I propped the device I used to record up on the sink, and then I got a step stool out and sat on that. So just the trials and tribulations of being a YouTuber without a studio. But it's fun. It mixes it up a little bit, and gives you guys a little bit of a change of scenery too as well. So next question up I'm going to answer is from Junior Johnson, and he asked, how old are you and how long have you been collecting watches, and what is the favorite watch that you own? So I am going to be 55 in January. I have been collecting for just going on, it'll be about 2 years in February. Favorite watch I own? That is an interesting question. I think it's one that's asked often, and it's one that you can talk about specs, you can talk about comfort, you can talk about quality, all those types of things. The Oris that I have, I love that watch. I wear it daily to work currently. It's super comfortable, has beautiful finishing. However, if I'm going to answer that question, currently, this is my favorite watch, the Bling Master. And yes, there are better watches, like the Oris, obviously. Well, not so obviously. I mean, it's a matter of opinion. But by a lot of standards, that Oris is a better watch. But this watch right here encapsulates the hobby in general, and the great people I've met, the friends that I've made, and it's one that it'll be hard for this to get pushed off the number one list, because it is the sentimental value of it is huge, and how this hobby over the last couple years has just been fantastic, and I can't even begin to tell you of the close relationships I've made, as well as folks that I'm meeting now too as well in this fantastic online community. Ken Spear from Pittsburgh asks, hey Mike, now that I purchased an Omega, can I still get away with a $20 Barton strap, or do I have to find a more price appropriate watch brand or band? I think maybe you meant. That question was kind of asked earlier too about putting. Well, it's kind of the opposite question. Can you put a less expensive band on an expensive watch? And absolutely, I think Barton makes some great bands that will look great on that Omega. I think it's a tough decision once you make that leap, I think, into that next tier. I think for me, if I end up doing that at some point, I'll probably really want the Omega strap. But then coughing up the money for that's a whole other story. So, but I think absolutely you can get away with a less expensive band. I think, and I'm sure you already know this. Just make sure that you've got obviously good spring bars. It's attached well. That make sure you're checking your buckle. Make sure that nothing is faulty there, because you just wouldn't want it to fall off and have an issue with it too as well. Next question is from Lee, and he's asking, what is the backstory on your intro music? Are you a guitar player? It's a really cool lick. First off, not a guitar player. It is something I've thought about in terms of additional hobbies and so forth, but no, I'm not. I would aspire to be at some point in time, possibly, but I don't even own a guitar now, so this makes it kind of difficult. In terms of the intro music, there's that lovely noise in the background. In terms of the intro music, my good friend Brad actually had offered when I started the channel to put together the video for it. I had sent him shots of my watches, and he very kindly put it together, and I don't really know where he pulled the music from. Maybe if he is watching this, he could chime in. And lastly, a question from my buddy Clayton at the Watchdog Podcast. He asked me, did the recent job transition make me rethink spending a larger sum of money on a watch? That's a fantastic question. I told him the short answer was yes, it has. And to elaborate a little bit more, I think watches as an investment, I think, are tricky. I know that some people can do it. They buy smart, they can sell smart, enjoy the watch, make some money, or lose little money. For me, the thought of spending, what could be a month's worth of bills on a watch is a challenging proposition. I think stability within your economic situation is an important piece. When I started this channel, I was thinking about getting the Omega, and I had had some stability at the employer I was at for quite a while. Things change, and it was time for me to move on and try to something different. But at the same token, I'm 30 days into my new job. I love it. It's a great place to work. I'm learning a lot. I think there's a lot of opportunity. But at the same token, I'm 30 days in, and things can happen. I mean, I never plan on anything to happen. But at the same token, spending a large sum of money on something that's really not necessary. Sorry, I mean I think that's just being totally transparent. It's a challenging concept to me. Now, will I eventually go back to the Omega? I may. I still may defer longer. I haven't bought anything in terms of watches since April 30th, so I may defer longer. But I don't really know, and that's the fun part of the hobby right now. I really don't know what that next watch is, but it has gotten me thinking about it. I'm hoping to purchase something possibly in January, but again, I'm not 100% sure. So great question, Clayton. And I promise, Clayton, if hopefully you'll still have me, is that I'll unbox my next watch or go on to his podcast and let him know what that was first before I tell anybody. So I'm hoping that'll make it kind of fun too as well. So as always, thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. I'm hoping you like this format. I might try this once in a while too as well. It makes easy content for me because I'm just talking about opinions. I appreciate everybody that asks questions. And as always, stay positive, make friends, enjoy the journey. I'll catch y'all real soon. Bye-bye.